If you or someone you know has diabetes, you may have built up an extra supply of test strips and lancets. That's where we come in. We'll buy the supplies that you don't need and resell them to those in need to prevent waste. Help us make diabetes management more affordable. Visit us at teststripswithaz.com.
All right, we have Sarah Alpar joining the program. She gets ready to take on Shanna Young August 13th on Dana White's Contender Series. Too Sweet is here. Sarah, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. This has been quite the ride for you. I remember watching you fight Karina Dam at Titan FC 39 back in 2016, and the fight didn't go your way, but fast forward to now, you get a couple of wins under your belt, you get a big finish, and now you're fighting on the Contender Series. Before that, you fight for the vacant LFA women's bantamweight title. You win that fight. You become a champion in one of the biggest promotional, regional promotions in MMA right now. This is great stuff. Like, how would you describe these last couple of years competing in the sport?
With this sport, there's so many roller coasters to it. It's always up and down, and I'm just really grateful to be where I'm at right now and to be offered such a great opportunity like this. I'm excited. I feel amazing right now.
Did you take a lot away from that fight with Karina? I mean, she brought a lot of experience to the table. Definitely the most experienced fighter you've been in there with. Even though you weren't able to get the win, you definitely hung in there. You had a solid performance. What did you take away from that fight?
Well, for that fight with Karina, I thought that was going to be my end. So to be losing like I did, when I felt like I won, and on top of that, with the injury that I had in the first round, like it was sad. It broke my heart, and I felt like, I was like, man, like I felt like that was my chance, and now I had this huge step back and had to get my knee surgery and then get back and all the weight gain and blah blah blah. Yeah, it was hard, and some athletes don't come back from things like that. So I had to get my head back together. I did have a big takeaway. It made me stronger for it, and now I am where I'm at now.
So in a strange way, as kind of awful as it is to take a big step back and move forward like that, it's almost like a blessing in disguise, because the story is a little more unique. You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree. And every fight, win or lose, there's always a takeaway from it. You can always make gains from that. Even a win, it's possible that's not the best win that you did, and that fighter had showed you a different look. And yeah, there's always experience to gain in the sport. Every fight you have.
So there you are, the LFA Women's Bantamweight Champion, and you get word that you have the opportunity to fight on the Contender Series in Las Vegas in front of Dana White and the UFC matchmakers. Walk us through how that came to be and how you got the news, and how did that all play out for you?
I was very ecstatic to hear that. I mean, this is a lifetime opportunity. I actually thought, for fighting for LFA and getting that title, Jocelyn, she was a prospect for the UFC. They expect her to win. And you look at her, she's a great athlete. I have so much respect for Jocelyn, too. I was happy to fight her. I thought winning against her, it would give me in that way. My fight, I'd been out a year, and it was a very cautious fight that I had to take with her, just because of just how powerful she is, and looking at her record, how many knockouts she did. I had to be very smart, so it wasn't the best win that or performance that I had done. So it's I had to take another step. So fortunately, the Contender Series came up, and like, yeah, let's do that. And this is cool too. I mean, think of what the Contender Series has done for all these athletes, all these fighters. I mean, it's awesome. So I'm really happy to be able to take part in this too.
How has the training camp been going? I know we're still a few weeks out from this one, and I'm sure things are sort of in ramp-up mode at this point as you're at your gym right now. How has everything been going, and who are some of the folks you're working with to get you ready for this one?
I feel like this camp has been a little bit longer. They originally had me fighting July 2nd, and then they moved this fight to August 13th. So it put, quite a bit more time, but I will take it. It's always more time to learn, more time to get experience, more time to collect yourself and get together. So I'm so grateful for it, and I'm excited. I feel great, and I'm ready to play punchy facey.
Did you have to slow things down at all? Did it change kind of the training schedule at all, having the fight being pushed back, or it's just been kind of ramp mode from the beginning?
Yeah, a little bit. Since they had moved it to the date that they did, I was able to kind of take a little bit more of a break because you don't want to peak too high in your fight camp. That's going to lead to more of a downfall, and that's where injuries and things like that happen. So it gave me a little bit more of a grace period, and I was able to have like a glass of wine, So that was nice. Yeah, we're right back to where we need to be and ready to go.
Shanna is 6-1. She's fought for Invicta. She's fought for King of the Cage like yourself, and recently she's been fighting in the Tennessee area for Valor Fights and in that part of the country. It's interesting with the Contender Series because it's a much wider net in terms of opponents and in terms of familiarity. Were you familiar with her at all when you found out that she was going to be your opponent?
I did not know a whole lot about her, just kind of what her fights were about and things like that. But taking this fight, I have a good source of coaches, and they're investigators. They will find out some info fast. So I was able to get to know her quick. So I was like, oh, cool, man, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be a really good fight.
So you see a scrap between the two of you?
Oh yeah, of course. That's the fun part.
It is the fun part, because I think the format of the show is absolutely fantastic. I've loved the Contender Series from the opening minutes of the first season. But Dana White has this criteria, and sometimes that criteria fluctuates from week to week, but he's made it pretty clear that he wants killers, he wants fighters that are going to be constantly looking to finish fights, and he's the guy that makes it all happen. So having said that, you're an exciting fighter. You're no stranger to finishing fights yourself. Does Dana's line of thinking in terms of who he offers contracts to, does that change anything for you in your approach to the fight?
It does. It makes me want to be even more active and more aggressive and to come out and to really show my true colors of what I am, what I'm about, and who Too Sweet really is. So I'm looking forward to everyone seeing this side of me that they have never seen before.
So this is going to be a game of punchy face, but at a whole other level.
That's going to be great.
Bingo. When you look at the fight and you see it all playing out, when you close your eyes, you visualize it, because I'm sure you think about it even when you're not in training. How do you see it all playing out August 13th in Las Vegas?
Definitely with my hand being raised. I see myself dominating. I see myself playing the game that my coaches have given to me and doing as I'm told and getting that contract in my hand.
If all goes according to plan, you go out there August 13th, have a great performance. Dana White is talking to Laura Sanko. Sarah Alpar killed it tonight. She's a savage. I have to have her. Sarah Alpar, welcome to the UFC. What will seeing that and hearing that, what will getting that contract mean to you as a fighter? Because you've been through quite a bit to get to this point. What will that all mean to you?
It's all the hard work and all the blood, sweat, and tears that I've put into it. It's going to pay off, and I might yell that I'm going to Disney World. That might happen. I don't know. It's like one of those moments.
Do you allow yourself to think about what that moment could actually be like? Like, you don't want to look past the fight. You don't want to look past your opponent. I totally get that. But, do you imagine yourself sitting in the back after your fight in that director's chair, so to speak. Dana White breaks down the fight, talks about how much he loves you. Have you played that part of the night and how that all could go down in your mind at all?
I've played that part in my head from, ever since I've started fighting. This has always been a dream of mine, a goal of mine, is to be in the UFC. So just having that, that's always been there. That's always been straight ahead. And, besides that, I try not to put too much pressure on myself for it. And someone once told me, when you live through expectation, you'll be disappointed. So I don't live through expectation, but this is something that I've worked very hard towards, and that I'm going to do the best me, and everything I put in with out here on the mats and everything I've done. I'm ready for it, and it's something I really look forward to. It's the dreams come true.
Sarah Too Sweet Alpar joining us on the program, getting ready to face Shanna Young August 13th, Dana White's Contender Series at the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'll be watching on ESPN+. Hopefully the rest of you will all be watching as well. Thank you for the time, Sarah. Before we get out of here, let the folks know where they can follow along with you on this journey via social media. Any shout-outs, anything else you want to get off your chest, the floor is yours.
Yes, please. Definitely follow me on Instagram, Too Sweet Alpar. I'm on Twitter, still trying to figure out how to work it. So help me out here. Give me a follow. Talk to me. I need some advice. I'm on Facebook, and I want to give a shout out to Team TKO. You guys have been great to me and helped me get this far. My teammates and Christina Williams, and I love you, Derek. Thanks for being this amazing coach. TJ, all your help. Green Strength for getting me jacked. And I'd like to thank Kutrite. They have been helpful in sponsoring me and helping bring me along, and everybody who's helped along the way for my GoFundMe's too, and getting me to where I can make this possible.
Thank you, Sarah. All the best to you on August 13th. Looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.